To me personally, love the grind really means getting outside with friends, with family, being able to spend quality time together doing what we love from winter all the way through the year. Whether we're in the field or we're strategizing and planning, we are dedicated to the grind. For the past couple years, Love the Grind has been centered around HomeGrown Outfitters, but this Love the Grind lifestyle spans way beyond Wisconsin. This is Love the Grind.
I love the grind. We've got a really unique vision when it comes to designing properties and approaching a hunt. Our show doesn't just show the hunt, it shows the process from when we acquire a property, how we design it, how we think through it, the different nuances and details that we put into the property to help set it up for success later that fall. So, we show that process along the way, and then we show the hunt as well. We've got a super unique vision when it comes to designing those properties, and it really all comes full circle with the hunt. We really enjoy the process, the hard work, that 365 mentality. So we pride ourselves in doing things differently, having that unique approach, going the extra mile, and really doing anything it takes to take that property from, whether it's below average to the best that it can be. Every property is different. Properties range anywhere from 20, 30, 40 acres up to 500 plus. And every single property, we really put together a game plan that kind of fits the mold or the recipe for that farm. There's no one size fits all model when it comes to approaching a design, and I think where our team really specializes in is taking a look at a property and putting together all of the pieces to formulate a unique game plan that's really going to maximize the strengths of that property and how that property sets up and what's best to have successful hunts on that property. And I think that's really where Love the Grind separates itself, is we definitely leverage what's worked in the past and some of the concepts that have proven to be effective time and time again. But we enter a new mindset when we go into each farm, and we design it differently based on what we feel the best recipe is for that farm. And in order to get the most out of your property and have the most successful hunts, the highest percentage hunts, you really need to look at all of the details and inch by inch of every property to put together the best game plan for that property. And the beautiful thing about land is no property is the same. Everyone's different. Everyone's unique in its own way. It doesn't matter the size of the property or properties. They're all different, and you're never looking at the same thing twice. And where we differentiate ourselves is a unique ability to maximize the potential on that property for what it is.
Love the Grind to me is real. And what I mean by that is, like, we have the highs, we have the lows, and we show all that. And not only do we just show the hunts, we show the hard work that we put in. We show the unique designs that go into these properties, the hundreds of hours of time, and we're always chasing perfection. And we know that really doesn't exist, but we want to show you that entire process to try to get as close as we can to it.
So this season of Love the Grind, it hits a little bit different. In the past, we've shown you a lot of how we design properties from start to finish, the hunts that go along with those designs, the successes that we've had from it. So this season, you've got new habitat designs. You've got youth hunters getting their first deer ever at the age of 7. You've got archery hunts in Wisconsin, Kansas, and Iowa. We're chasing big bulls up close and personal in your face in Nevada, and we've got gun hunts across the Midwest. We got a little bit of everything for you, and we're excited to show those hunts that take place on farms that we designed with our unique vision, as well as entering into spaces we've never hunted before and adapting to those hunting spaces with a strategy and using the tools that we have and the mentality that we have to be successful in a completely different environment. We have an appreciation for anyone that enters the outdoors. Kids, males, females, young, old, public land, private land, small acres, big hunting properties, it doesn't matter. We've got an appreciation for people that just want to get out in the outdoors and hunt the right way, and then hopefully they take what they learn and the memories they make and pass it on to the next generation, and that's what sets the outdoors up for success. We've got a pretty unique approach when it comes to hunting. When you watch our show, you're going to see us have a surgical approach to how we hunt private land properties, how we design properties to maximize the potential. We don't just show the hunt or the kill shot. We show that process from when we acquire the land, the work that goes into it, that 365 mentality, the work from our team, how and why we strategize the designs that we do, and how we approach the hunts. We took a handful of areas in this valley out of production and put it into a combination of switchgrass and thermal cover. And that not only has great long-term benefits for the deer in terms of bedding and extended cover, but it also condenses that valley down, reshapes it, and puts the deer in more precise places for more optimal hunting advantages. So this particular area behind me, what we did is we took that pre-existing timber line up on the top of this hill, planted 2,000 cedar and spruce trees, and extended that cover from the pre-existing timber line down to the tree line I mentioned before. So not only did we take this section and add 2,000 trees and switchgrass, but we took this entire valley and kind of split it in half. Everything on the east side, or as you're heading down the valley on the left side, we put everything on that side into trees and habitat as well. So now as you're coming down the valley, instead of having an entire exposed open valley, you've now split it between habitat and more strategically placed food. So again, we took this erosion ditch that had a pre-existing tree line in it and is now the centerpiece of our design. And instead of it being in the middle of the valley, now we're using it more strategically for access and hunting locations. Our show is all about that process from acquisition to design and strategy to execution of it, all the way up to the successful hunt. And we take a lot of pride in showing that entire process and hoping that viewers can benefit from it. You'll hear us say no one property is the same, but there's pieces of information that you can kind of borrow or learn from other people's designs, and we want to share as much information as possible with our viewers so that they can potentially leverage how we've had success on our properties to their farms as well. Now let's talk access and how we're going to get to and from the blinds and stands we've put up in this valley on this new design. Now, since partnering with QuietKat earlier this year, it's allowed us to get more creative and flexible in our designs. So for instance, in our new design, we've placed ghillie blinds on the exterior of plot 1 and plot 2 in that standing corn. So now that we have QuietKat bikes, we're going to take those QuietKat bikes, ride them from the cabin right into the back door of those blinds without ever stepping foot or putting any sort of scent in this valley.
So we've noticed on our farms over the years that mature deer are much more tolerable to an electric bike or something moving a little bit faster versus footsteps and something making a little bit more noise. Now, if we're gonna hunt the all-day Platte, for example, in this valley, we're gonna take that bike and we're gonna ride it from the cabin through the middle of this valley. On one side of the valley is gonna be habitat and a tree line. On the other side is gonna be standing corn. We're gonna ride that bike all the way back to the entrance of that all-day Platte. We're gonna crawl up in that blind and again, get up in there without putting any scent on the ground. Now, if we were to walk from the cabin all the way back to the all-day Platte, it would probably take 20 to 25 minutes. It's almost a mile back there. But by taking the bike, it's probably gonna take all of 2 or 3 minutes to get back there. So no sweat on your clothes, no sweat on your body, no odor, no scent on the ground, and a lot less disruptive in this valley. So in conclusion, whether we're hunting Plot 1, Plot 2, or even Plot 3 all the way back, we're gonna take our Quiet Cat bikes and it's gonna be a lot less disruptive to this valley, and our percentages when we come to hunt this valley are gonna be that much higher.
Now we're gonna show you guys some of the details that take this design to the next level.
Yeah, so let's start with the water holes. So up on this ridge top, there's 2 fingers. One's on the north side of the ditch and one's on the south side of the ditch. Similar to pretty much everything else we've incorporated into our designs, these aren't just your standard water holes. These are strategically placed to benefit both blinds in each one of these fingers. For us in our designs, these water holes act as much more than just a water source for the deer. We actually call them social areas, and we typically put them at centralized points in areas where a lot of deer traffic converge. So water holes have been a great tool for deer hunting in Buffalo County for a long time, but we feel we're redefining what a water hole truly is and how it can create unique opportunities just based on how we're placing them. We've killed a lot of big deer in these social areas and watched mature bucks countless times adjust their core area to visit them frequently as part of their pattern.
Now we're gonna show you guys the installation of these 2 water holes from start to finish.
I'm standing at the hub of plot number 1, the silo plot. This is a 10-acre destination food source, and it has some world-class plot architecture. It's incredible. So the way they've set up the plot architecture here at the silo is that with one destination food plot, you can hunt 3 different plot locations. Really strategic setup and really increases your opportunity for success. With this 10-acre food plot design, we've got roughly 4 acres of brassicas and 6 acres of corn. And the way the brassicas work through this plot, no matter which of the 3 stands you're in, if a deer is feeding in that big, sexier sugar mama, they're likely gonna pass by one of those stands within bow range. But then everything kind of meets here at the hub. Got a licking branch strategically placed behind us, a redneck 20 yards from that, and a perfect big, sexy, and sugar mama brassica plot working its way through the corn. The way we've designed these brassica mixes with Big Sexy and Sugar Mama is that we've mixed cold and warm season food sources together in one. So no matter when you're hunting it, they'll be in here 2 to 3 weeks after you plant, all the way through fall and winter, making this that destination food regardless of the time of year.
It's a grind, and we're out there every single day, even though sometimes it sucks, but we're out there putting in the work to make dreams reality.
The hunting industry as a whole, it's become a little bit competitive, and we like to take a step back and say, hey, we're all one team. Love the Grind is not just about what we do and our unique vision. We like to show that. We want you to be successful, whether you're our neighbor and hunting the same deer as us, or whether you hunt somewhere completely geographically different. We want to see that success, and ultimately how we can come together as a whole and bring as much life to the hunting industry as possible and pass on those traditions to the next generation.
This is Season 4 of Love the Grind. For more exciting content and tips from the field, subscribe to Love the Grind TV on YouTube and make sure to follow Love the Grind TV on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
So Love the Grind is a year-round process. We're out there from January all the way through December, designing farms, working on farms, improving farms. We leave it all in the field, the passion, the hard work, energy, the blood, sweat, and tears. We leave it all out there, 365, 24/7. That's what Love the Grind is all about. And Season 4 is nothing short of showing you that.
In a world that often tempts us to stay in bed, cocooned in the comfort of our slumber, there exists a force that sets the doers apart. The relentless pursuit of greatness that begins before the light of dawn. With every sunrise, there is opportunity. You have the choice to capture it or let it slip by. If you are a hunter, you know the feeling. It's a passion, not a choice. Every day is a gift, a blank canvas waiting to be painted with purpose and sweat. Rain or shine, we're out here, facing the storms outside and the storms within, telling us we're too busy, we don't need to do it. Hunting dreams are rooted in the seeds we sow. This is where the soil meets the soul. Out here, there is no BS, no dress code, no excuses, no politics. It's about you and a connection to the land and the animal that cannot be explained, only felt. The grind lives within every one of us. All different, but all the same. Are you going to embrace it? Are you going to chase it? Let preparation be your compass, guiding you towards confidence, both mentally and physically. These are the traditions and ethics we will pass down that will be deeply rooted, connecting man to the land we hunt. As seasons change, our work begins to take life, but the work continues. This is their world, and they have every advantage. It's up to you to become the alpha. Every detail matters. Every advantage you can tip in your favor or any variable you can eliminate. Now is the time. The true test of a hunter's spirit lies not in their ability to harvest a big buck on opening day, but in their resilience to strategize, put in the work, and stay persistent in the chase. In the blink of an eye, fall is here, and the manual fieldwork turns into careful calculation and strategy. One mistake, and you could be done. This is not just a mere sport, but a way of life. Each hunter knows that success in the field is earned through weeks and months of hard work that lead up to that one decisive moment. As hunters, we find strength in unity and passion in that fire that burns within us to get up every day and make the most of the opportunities in front of us. At the day's end, it's the sweat left in the field and the dirt caked into your skin that gives us that temporary sense of fulfillment, but only until that sun rises again. So when the going gets tough, remember to embrace the grind and love the process as much as the outcome. For you are a hunter.